So after losing 400k euros overnight to making 5k a day in revenue and going back to 200 euros a day for months straight, and then focusing hours and hours on that particular product to make it profitable, only to come to the realization that the product is just total shit. And 3 things that you could implement today. So let's get started directly. The first one is focus only on Facebook ads. I know that there's a lot of platforms out there, TikTok shops, Pinterest, Snapchat, Google and whatever, but you have to understand that in particular right now in EU markets where we are very active and we made over 30 million euros in revenue, so that Facebook ads is really the place that you could be the most successful and scale the hardest. Because obviously we always, in the way that we are dropshipping, and I know most people, they only think about quality over quantity, but in the way that we are dropshipping, you want to really go for quantity over quality. And you're probably like, what the f is this guy even saying? So if you want to really understand why I'm saying this as well, I mean, just watch the video where I show in detail how we did over 22k in one day in EU markets up here. And the most important thing about Facebook ads is the consistency, because as a dropshipper, you don't want to have the inconsistency all the time, not in any business. But in particular with dropshipping, this happens a lot, which is normal. And Facebook ads is the single platform that I would say that you can scale in a short amount of time very exponentially, and at the same time as well, have a big audience and have a lot of consistency. And even more importantly, you don't want to focus on hundreds of strategies. You want to focus. This is very important. You want to focus. So just go with one thing, with one store, with one advertising platform, and just keep on testing new products. And also in this particular case, you don't want to reinvent the wheel. Just use already proven strategies that we as well even explain them. Just take them and use them for yourself. Copy paste it and make it better. And that is exactly the philosophy I've always been following. So Sir Henry Royce once said, take the best that exists and make it better. And this is exactly how we started, because it's way harder to take the train from the ground and get it moving. So if you read the book Ready, Fire, Aim, which I always talk about, there's a very amazing quote in there. It is easier to run a moving train than to move a train which has never run. And this is so true. And the second one is product research. Focus on product research more than anything. It is by far the biggest lever you can have in dropshipping and e-commerce in general. Because listen up, it doesn't matter how much time you will put on your product page. It doesn't matter how much time you will put into your creative. If your product is just shit, it is just not a winner, it will be just not it. And believe me, I've seen it. I have had like shops where I will change the add to cart button, I will make it red or green, change the header, put some reviews. But if it's not a winner, it is just not a winner, you know? So that is why I always, when I built out the systems, I always try to make it as simple and easy as possible so we could go really for mass testing, but only if the product research was right. So most of my time and my dedication would always go into product research, finding the right products, combined with the right creatives, and just mass test it. And this also being said, if you want to see how we literally find 10k a month products every few days, just go to this video here. It has already over 8k views. It's an amazing product research video where I explain from A to Z and my philosophy on finding the products. Because I always say I don't want to give people the fish, but I want to show you how to fish. And in this video I really explain in detail like my whole philosophy of the last few years as well on how I find the products, why I pick them. And so for example, you will see always gurus online and they will say, hey, it needs to be problem solving, it needs to be this, it needs to have a mass appeal. No, that is not true. I mean, if you look at us, so we did I'd say 70% of all the millions of revenue we did is fashion. I mean, if I would now buy a jacket, it's not going to solve a problem in my life. It's just kind of a luxury, you can even say. But people still buy it. It's evergreen. People buy it. It's amazing. So watch these videos and you will slowly understand why I pick certain products, and you will see as well that those are products that can make you 10k a month. And the reason why product research in this vehicle, especially in this vehicle, is so important is I want to give you a very general explanation. Imagine you work 10 hours a day, 7 days a week in a sales company. There is a limit in what you can earn because you are not exactly running the business. And you are also limited to the time because you get paid out by the time. It is gonna be very hard to earn more than 10k a month, let alone 5k a month. So in this case, the person that wants to change their life, they will get furious. What do I need to do? I mean, he's scrolling on social media, seeing all those guys making money, going there to Dubai, whatever, you name it. They don't understand it. What's really going wrong? Why is this guy making so much more money than me? What really is it? What is the real secret? Because in the end, you're like, hey, I'm working 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. I deserve this. You deserve it, right? And this is exactly because you're in the wrong vehicle. And especially as well, dropshippers that are focusing on the wrong thing. I mean, the vehicle dropshipping is good, but they're in the vehicle, they're focusing in the wrong vehicle. And to find out what is really going wrong is for most people really hard to find out. And I must say, of course, it was for me as well. Like, it is not just that I ran up some products and then made all these millions of revenue. I mean, I've also paid my dues. Because a lot of people will just try to improve the small parts in the business that don't make any change. So, and no worries, I figured this stuff out in the dropshipping game, which I'm about to reveal right now. Because you want to focus on stuff that has a low input with a high output, right? That will be the dream, because you don't do a lot of work and the results are immense. So for example, in this case with product research, which spy tool are you using? And what are the keywords that you are looking for when trying to find for a winning product? Which details are you looking at? And what settings do you have on your product research spy tool? And are you also following competitors? Are you looking at how they are selling? What kind of products? For how many days has this particular product been selling all the time? And once again, I explained all of this in my product research video, which you can find again up here. I would really recommend you to watch it, because that is why I upload as well so many product research videos on my YouTube channel, because it is really by far the biggest lever that you can have when you do dropshipping. So the third topic I want to talk about is that dropshipping is not passive income. It is a real business. And believe me, there's not a single business out there in the world that is passive. Maybe real estate, you invest some money and every month you get rent, and even then there's a lot of work with the tenants, people that don't want to pay, and you name it. So really put that mindset out of your head that you will start a business and then you just put a few hours a week and you're gonna make shit ton of money. That is never gonna happen. Because you will see, for example, a guru who's talking about that they made 50k in a month. Maybe they did it for 1 or 2 months, but what about the months after? Where is the consistency? You know? Because 99% of them are fucking lazy and they do not have systems. So you would see a guru talking about YouTube automation, which are very popular right now, TikTok shops, Amazon. It's all the same bullshit. Because you have to understand that in every single business you always need new optimizations, improvements all the time, and this passive income stuff in the online game, it is impossible. Yes, it is very nice, you have location freedom, you can make money online from your laptop, and you name it, all the benefits of it, but it is not passive. Cash flow businesses are not supposed to be passive. It is hard fucking work, and believe me, after more than 4 years being here in the space, in the e-com space, it is the hard truth. So either you work hard or you're shit. And now, watch this video again, because you already probably forgot the most important point. And that is always why I don't read a lot of books, but the books that I do read, I reread them. Because in my opinion, it's impossible to understand something when not really putting in the reps. Because the magic, it doesn't rely in a lot of information, but the magic is relies in consuming the same right information over and over and over again. As Bruce Lee once famously said, I do not fear the man who has practiced 1,000 of kicks once, but I do fear the man who has practiced one kick 1,000 times. And if you don't know yet, if you want to learn more about dropshipping and how we do it, you can also join our community through the link below, the Astor University. It's a community full of beasts. It's only for 50 USD a month to learn more about dropshipping, and there's as well a weekly group call with Omet. So see you on the other side.